All right, welcome back to my deck openings for the Sealed Week 3 Militia Madness Sealed Progression Series. We won last week with the skin of our teeth. I think those games were pretty close, and actually off camera, Morgan did win the second game, it should be noted, but we can't prove that, and it felt weird to just say Morgan won without showing the gameplay because Morgan's camera just went off. It didn't record any of game two. So we had game one in sideboarding, and it just felt weird to put a black screen and be like, all right, Morgan won. And that was it. So we had to record, and I ended up squeaking by those two games. But I think it's evident that Morgan's deck is just better than ours. There's a lot of problems that exist with the decks that I can build. They're all just really, really weak to Pestilence, and apart from Desert Twister, I have no answer to that card. So in this video, right next to a ban, I need to start thinking about what I'm going to ban or where I'm at, or, I think it's pretty obvious there's a couple of cards that are just power outliers that need to go, but it depends if I win or lose, how many cards I get to ban. So we'll ban what we can ban when we get there, but right now I just want to open some good cards that allow us to get another spin on that winner's wheel, honestly. And if I don't win, then I get to ban another card. Instead of 2, I'll get to ban 3. So it's not really it's not a win-win, really, but pretty close. So a lot of cards we're looking for in this set. Let's go ahead and open these packs. Okay, no culturally insensitive cards, but no good rares either. Let's sort by color. Double Pyrotechnics, Quad Chain Lightning, Double Blazing Effigy is really good. Got a bunch of white cards. I don't know if any of them are good. The Archer's pretty okay. The Vultures is okay. The Kithkin's okay. And then Triple Tundra Wolves is pretty decent. In blue, we have Double Force Spike, which is pretty good. These are not that great. Not that great. One Zephyr Falcon is pretty decent. Put X counters on target creature. Target creature goes tapped. Okay. Double Boomerang. 1 Remove Soul. 1 Azure Drake. Pretty decent. Urborg. Oh, wow. We got Caracas, which is very good. Torwalkie, which is also not terrible. But yeah, most of our strength is Double Pyrotechnics, Quad Chain Lightning, Immolation. That's pretty good. So this is pretty decent, actually. Oh, wow. I didn't even see that. Yeah, hit the Sylvan. That's dope. Fire Spirits is okay. Thinking about that Gruul deck. But yeah, so this is our deck. I'm pretty happy with it. So come back in a second for the deck build. All right, welcome back to our deck build, and you'll notice that I'm not showing you a deck right now because I think there are really 3 pretty solid options for us. So I'm going to show you the one that I'm definitely not going to submit again, which is the Simic build. This deck just didn't add a lot. It gets the second Serendip Fruit, which is pretty good. It gets Sylvan Library, which is decent, and it gets Boomerang and Force Spike, which is okay, but nothing is really oomph about this deck. You got better 2-drops. Things I can slam an Unstable Mutation on, and some of the sideboard stuff changed, but nothing really pulling me into this. So I think we can go ahead and take this off the table. The 3 options I'm debating between are the Rakdos deck from week 1, but updated. Only 8 creatures. This is a very, very control-y list. 3 Chain Lightnings, 3 bolts of Pyrotechnics, Disintegrate Fireball. That's just a lot of stuff to pass up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But really, this is a Dark Ritual, Drain Life, Oubliette, Library of Exandria like control deck. And in the sideboard, we do have some interesting stuff with like Torwaki and like these to deal with early stuff, and like a Sinkhole Stone Rain thing that we can Stone Rain Strip Mine thing that we can do. We can like transform into like a black red land destruction deck. But overall, I'm probably not going to go with this either, just because I think the power level's much lower on stuff. And I think this is trying to fight Morgan on the same axis that they are, and they're just better at doing it. You know, Lotus and Ring and Soul Ring and like Hippie and things like that. If they can get it going under a Chain Lightning or a Lightning Bolt, I'm just dead. So I just don't. I think this is trying to do what they're trying to do, but worse. Like they're just going to slam a Pestilence, and this deck is going to lose because, yeah. So plus, like this deck is not really, apart from one thing, this deck is not really affected by the bans that I want to put into place. So probably not going to do that. One of the things I'm really considering is this Gruul aggro deck. I think is very, very, very good. You know, we can come out swing with a Kirdape or Gasban Ogres, put a Fire Breathing on one of these flyers, and you know win the game that way, and then back it up with Chain Lightnings and Lightning Bolts, Fireballs, and Pyrotechnics and things like that. Just come out of the gate swinging. Issue with this deck is Pestilence. I'm really, 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 really worried about Pestilence, and then Morgan Drain Lifing back into the game, and I not have an answer to it. So I think, although this deck is very close, Sylvan Library is great. I think I'm probably not going to play this either. The deck I'm really, really leaning into is, surprisingly, this Izzet deck. Creature quality is just really, really good. You know, double Serendip Efreet. It gets to play both Unstable Mutation and Fire Breathing. You could put Fire Breathing on any creature, apart from the Dragon, but on any creature, and it'd be good. Just come out of the gate really, really aggressive and pick off the threats that super matter. We get to play double Force Spike, double Spell Blast in the sideboard, as well as like Blue Elemental Blast, and we still get to play Stone Rain Strip Mine to help deal with the Library of Alexandria, and we just get to board wipe with the Pyrotechnics and the Fireball in the deck. This is probably what I'm going to play. I might tweak some stuff because I'd love to see if I can get a second Boomerang into the deck, maybe third Chain Lightning. Like honestly, just cut these. Like cut, I don't know, cut a Dragon Whelp probably. And then let's get another Chain Lightning. We have 4 Chain Lightnings. I'd like to play all 4. Let's add one more, and then don't think we can cut a creature. How many lands is this? 16. That seems low, honestly. But I don't know. I think we'd probably cut the Karakas from the sideboard, honestly. But yeah, I think we're gonna play this Izzet deck. I just need to figure out one more cut because I really, really, really would like to play the Chain Lightning main. Could a Bird Maiden, maybe. I mean, 10 creatures is just like not a lot of creatures, but like we can kind of get away with that because of could a Bird Maiden. Add the 4th Chain Lightning. And then I would like to see a Boomerang in the sideboard for specifically Pestilence. So I am going to remove this Karakas just because I don't think we need it. I'm going to add my second Boomerang. To the sideboard. And that's the deck. Yeah, so give you guys a little bit more of a detailed step-by-step in its deck. It starts out aggressive, you know, the Flying Men's and the Zephyr Falcons into the Bird Maidens, the double Serendip Efreets, the Azure Drake, and then finishing off the game with like a Dragon Whelp or a Serendip Djinn. all those creatures apart from the Dragon Whelp hold a fire breathing really, really well, and then all of them hold unstable mutation very, very well. So just being able to chunk in for a bunch of damage and finish the game out with our burn spells. So Chain Lightning, Fireball, Pyrotechnics, and Lightning Bolt. I think is there a Disintegrate in the sideboard? There is. Okay, cool. I'll get to that when I get to that, but that is another package that we can play. Decent interaction spells with like Unsummon, Boomerang, and Remove Soul. I like all these cards. Just being able to counter the Juzam Djinns of the world or the threat that they Dark Ritual into, because Pestilence is not good enough to win the game on their own anymore, because Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning can make it to where Pestilence will kill Morgan before it kills me. So just being able to deal with that creature is really, really important. And again, them going into their main phase 2 before their end phase, we can unsummon a big creature and then get the Pestilence off the table, or bounce the Pestilence in the first place, right? And then our only enchantments are the Fire Breathing and the Unstable Mutation. Again, just being able to suit up one of our flyers is really, really good. Probably shouldn't be on the Unstable Mutation. Probably should just be on 2 Fire Breathing, but, I think it's fine. 16 lands, 7 and 7 basics, and then Library and Mishras. This deck can use Library even in later stage of the game because we have Wheel of Fortune to reload to 7. So that's pretty good. So if we draw it late, it's still not terrible. And then the sideboard, we have this Land Destruction package and Strip Mine, Double Stone Rain. To deal with Library of Alexandria and Mishra's Factories, really, is what they're there for. Blue Elemental Blasts to counter the Disintegrates and the Fireballs of the world. Disintegrate, just another answer to annoying things as the game kind of goes along. Earthbind and Immolation are really in there to deal with early annoying things. So Earthbind, Hypnotic Spectre is something I'm actually worried about. It also grounds the Juzam Djinn. It also puts Juzam Djinn on the ground. And this plus Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt kills a Juzam Djinn, which is pretty good. Double Force Spike. I'm probably going to bring these in on the draw, or I'll bring these in on the play. Immolation, I think, is just good with the Royal Assassins and the Hippies and the Frozen Shades, and really what Morgan's trying to kill us with is decent. Again, this can team up with the removal spell to kill the Juzam Djinn. Spell Blast, very, very versatile counter. It's like this deck's only answer to Pestilence, so need it. Boomerang, another answer to Pestilence for a turn. Double Stone Rain, kind of explained with the Strip Mine. Pirate Ship, this is in here just in case Morgan brings 1/1s, really, or Morgan wants to play like a controlled game plan, because I can just ping. And the second Pyrotechnics because it's nuts. That's it. This is the Izzet deck, and I'm pretty happy with it, honestly. I think that, like, Morgan's going to be put on the heels a little bit in a really losing position, because I think once we get around to banning Dark Ritual, Morgan's going to be in a real bad position, and I might just do that. If I have 2 bans, Dark Ritual and stuff like that is really, really at the top of my list. Pestilence as well, I just can't deal with it. But we'll talk more about bans when they happen. But yeah, this deck looks pretty decent. I'm really happy with it and hope it goes well. We'll see you in the gameplay. All right, really, really quick update. I wanted to go over the sideboard again because I made a couple of changes just because I had the slots. So we're still on the Strip Mine and just 1 Stone Rain against Library of Alexandria. That's really the only thing that we care about. So just having some answers to that is pretty good. Blue Elemental Blast. Let me scroll up. Blue Elemental Blast against the red spells, and then the red Elemental Blast against blue, just as a hedge. If Morgan wants to play blue, then we have something. Disintegrate's still here. It's like the most questionable thing, but it's just here to, like, in games that are really, really close, or if Morgan's still on like the lower to the ground aggressive threats like Hypnotic Spectre and Royal Assassin. This answers those. Earthbind and Immolation, I think I explained before, but again, just answers to those cheap threats. Force Spike, we're probably going to bring in on the draw. Just being able to tax Morgan's Mana. Spell Blast, again, the same. Boomerang is one of our only answers to Pestilence. Pyrotechnics is just a board wipe. And then Vesuvan Doppelganger to copy the Spectres or the Juzam Djinns or things of that nature. Yeah, that's the new additions to the sideboard. Hope you enjoy, and signing off for real this time. Hope to see you in the gameplay.